Witam bardzo serdecznie, siemano. Wróciłem sobie do Troskowic i sobie porobimy tutaj jakieś zaległe zadania poboczne. Najpierw mam już nową zbroję. Będzie odcinek jutro z niej. Jak ją znalazłem. Piękna. Chciałbym naprawić moje buty albo chociaż kupić nowe. Napraw. Nie, to... W ogóle nie mam tego płaszcza żadnego. No trochę chujowo to zakrywać. No ale to tam nic praktycznie nie daje wiele. Dobra, ja bym chciał sobie buty. Jakieś fajne. Masz jakieś fajne buty? Pokaż co masz. Masz jakieś sandały fajne? Nie, nie masz. A, dobra. A, jeszcze sobie konia miałem przebrać. O. Taki o. Dobra, pierwsze co, to musimy znaleźć sobie szewca. No. Teraz to jogier. Gdzie tu jest szewiec? Semin nie ma. A tu sobie chciałem pójść. O, Zachowia może? Nie. Gdzieś kurde widziałem szewca. Okolice Gutenberga. Dobra, pojedziemy sobie tam.
Quick!
Dobra.
Ka! 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 Hey! Ka! Take that fucker out, damn it! You should have fucking stayed out of
Pomożemy.
it.
Ale z kim walczymy?
Christ! I'm hit! Bash him on the head! Amen to you. Is that someone?
At least to stop the bleeding.
You were starting to scare.
Careful.
Dobra, pomogliśmy.
Nothing, I suppose.
Ka! Go!
Kurde, tyle jeżdżę na koniu, że mój siłek to już jest rajdówka normalnie, nie?
Ka! Whoa!
Easy, easy. Tu jeszcze nie byłem. Byłem w Dolnym Sen.
Whoa! God bless.
Młynarz.
I heard at the Troskowitz Tavern that there's a bit of coin to be made here.
Why didn't you come here?
I was taken on by Radovan, the blacksmith from Takov.
Never mind.
Like what?
Like hauling sacks of
Well, I probably won't find anything better around here anyway.
The sacks are in the barn, and the wagon is in front of it. I'll give you a groschen for every half dozen you carry. You won't have to buy food. We'll take care of that. And you can sleep here, in the barn. But not on the sacks of flour. You understand? Or I'll tan your hide. Climb up to the loft with the others.
Oh, fuck me.
Careful what you wish for. Go on, get to work. Take care, friend.
I could barely lift it. Oh, I'm sweating like a pig. Oh, fuck, that's heavy. Oh, fucking hell. Oh, what a slog. I could barely lift it. Oh, what the hell is in this thing?
Co ja bym takie w nieskończoność kurwa nosił?
Bit heavy for flour. Oh, fucking hell. Oh, what a slog. Oh, fuck, that's heavy. Oh, oh, this is no joke.
O,
Kurwa.
Hmm.
What the?
Have you got it done? I said, are you done?
You're milling some pretty peculiar grain here, Miller. It's got a bit of a metallic flavour to it.
Kurwa. Can't you be more careful?
Tell me the truth. What are you really doing here?
Seems I'll have to lift the lid off the cauldron of knowledge sooner than I expected. You think you're ready?
Yes.
I'm attempting to convert matter into a truly miraculous energy.
What?
I understand. It seems impossible. I'm sure you're asking yourself what that has to do with the metal in the sacks. But we're only just scratching the surface. You see, for my experiment, I'll need something sinfully earthy. Something we'll have to appropriate. And that's something you can help me with, my curious apprentice.
I'll help
Okay.
you.
That's the right attitude. Now listen up. In Troskovitz, next to the tavern, there's a rat house. And in that rat house, there's a chest. And in that chest is a document I need. One that used to be mine. But due to an unfortunate twist of fate, ended up there. It's called The Offer of Hermes Trismegistos. It's written right on it. Can you read? At least a little?
I can read. But I reckon that's the catch, isn't it?
The catch is, the chest is under lock and key, and most likely well guarded.
Of course it is. Where exactly should I look for this document? I doubt they've only got one chest in the Troskovitz rat house.
I can't help you there, but my hand Zinnik might... He had the document on him, but then the bloody... I'm pretty sure he's still... Just remember, lad, if you get... then it would be...
No, I doubt the bailiff. Any advice on getting it?
Oh, come on. Black clothes. The play of light and dark. A quiet.
Is that...
Just get some in.
And where can I...
I had my outfit washed in the Gilioff bathhouse. But after it's my gift to you. Oh,
pick them up?
doesn't it sound like there's no sense in... She's a conch.
I'd like to learn more about the art of thieves.
Thief. But all right. He'll tell you how. And...
All right.
Dobra. No i się nam rozkręciło. Mamy kraść. Mhm. Mhm. Dobra. To jest jakby samouczek.
Praise God.
Crazel.
All right. So Crazel took you on just like that. Surprising. Crazel hardly trusts anyone. He's a smart man. So don't you even think about betraying him. That would end badly for you. Not to scare you, though. That's not what I'm here for.
Gdzie idziemy?
Let's begin.
Not so fast. You're...
Don't worry.
Well, well, well. You fancy...
In their pouch, of course.
And what if they don't have...
Well, then...
Nonsense. First of all, the front one.
And the...
Exact...
Well, what if I need something from it?
You can try taking it from behind. Show me how...
All right?
Quit dawdling and get over here. Ah, you messed that one up. Try again.
Środek rozety jest...
I've had enough of it.
Why not? Well then, just remember.
All right?
A nice choke. I'm still seeing stars. In such a way that I don't notice. That's how it should be. I didn't fight back the first time. This time I won't make it so easy. Remember, if your victim is able to defend himself, you can still turn things around. But it will be a close call, shall we?
All right, let's do it.
Shit! That hurt! You knocked me out nicely. It's not worth a damn if I see you. That way your victim will remember you. One last time, and for real.
All right.
Ow, ow, ow. You've got some strength in those arms. I saw you doing it, though. You've got to watch out for that, otherwise you'll get caught.
Dobra, idę stąd. kurwa takie hektary ja mam zapierdalać?
Good to see you.
What'll it be?
I heard you have some clothes here that belong to Miller Crazel.
You're damn right I do. They're here waiting for him. Only I had to put them so I don't have to be constantly reminded of the taking his bloody time he is. Why do you...
The Miller mansion.
Are you his...
Well,
Look, but if you only knew how much work it was to wash out them... And most of all, to wash out that awful... Along with Crazel's debt, it'll cost you this...
fine. My God.
I told you. That's... Here's the key. What are you giving...
Mhm. Na poddaszu. U. U.
Yes. These will make me almost invisible.
Hmm.
Do you find whistling like that fun? Hmm. Dobra. Mhm.
Oh. Are you Zinnek?
Yeah, look, mate, I really need to piss.
Crazel sent me. He's looking for some...
And what's the password?
Hermes Trismegistos?
I'm just shaking your pizzle. You should have seen your face. They caught me at night when I was robbing a merchant, and then they make any distinction. They took everything, including that document, and locked it all away in the chest of stolen things. You could get into the jail from the courtyard behind the rat house. It's right under the guardhouse. Or you could get there from behind the tavern alongside the fence. As soon as you find the stairs...
Well, who's got the key?
Well, actually, I had it, but it was in the chamber. Next, they've got a pretty soft bed in. The key probably fell under...
Is that the only...
No, of course not. Best to rob one of them who's slacking off. Or... Look, do you actually know how to pick...
Of course I do.
They'll let me go soon, so if you keep that in mind... See you soon, my friend.
Mhm. To jest tu.
This property belongs to someone else.
Oj. Zaraz bierzemy strój złodzieja.
Huh. Strange.
Coś może koło łóżka. W pokoju obok. O kurde, slipa będzie.
The author of Hermes Trismegistos. That's Krazel's document.
Dobra, mamy to. Teraz jak się stąd wydostać, kurwa?
Eh? You're not allowed here!
Dobra, dobra.
That's it! Don't go
creeping around where you don't belong.
Dobra, mamy to. Idziemy do niego.
What? You're covered in blood?
I have that document from the rat house for you.
Excellent.
I took a look at the document. I couldn't really make much of it.
My fifth cousin. We write to each other.
That doesn't sound very convincing.
Did you find my family tree at the rat house? Now show it to me. Good.
What now?
That much?
Did you hear me?
Sorry. I owe you my thanks and maybe.
Wait a moment. Supposing you first initiate me into the mysteries of your enchanting mill. This isn't any run-of-the-mill business, so to speak. I smell something devilish here.
Devilish? Not at all. It's high learning. And when I say not some hocus-pocus brewing of potions.
Tell me more about it, then. Maybe I'll learn something useful.
I wouldn't be so sure. But I've taken you on as an apprentice. So I might as well tell you something. Now, pay close attention. I want to make a golem out of dough. Then, using secret alchemical
Golem
practices and
ciasta.
theurgy, bring him to life.
A golem? What's that?
A golem is a helper brought to life using divine words. A living statue endowed with can be made of clay. Studying the Jewish Kabbals taught me a practice known as Maseh Bereshit. Just imagine, carrying sacks. He wouldn't be much smarter than Zinnik.
My word. That sounds incredible.
So far, it's just all in my head. But if you're patient, it's in the interest of the advance. Just look at the Bible. Moses could command the water. I've no doubt that if our great Holy Mother Church had been around, all the...
So a golem, you say, made of flesh?
Exactly!
And what about the good of me?
You already know that you can learn the practice, but for a few groschen...
I'm overwhelmed. Supposing you give me a few groschen first, and then I'll decide whether to trade them.
Oh, see now? I completely forgot. I added in what I owe for...
What's this next job all about?
I need to find a saltpeter pit.
Never a wasted word, eh, Crazel?
Short and to the point. That's my credo.
And how long will it take before you tell me what a saltpeter pit is?
A saltpeter pit is a pit in which saltpeter is formed.
This has something to do with the alchemy of yours, eh? I don't know much about that stuff.
Nitra is saltpeter. White crystals similar to salt.
And what needs salting here in the mill?
The Kabbalistic doctrine speaks of saltpeter as a vessel for the inexhaustible essence of life. Those white crystals are said to contain the very essence of being. That's precisely what we need to give life to our golem. Thanks to the ingredients from Hermes Trismegistos, his feet will never get tired and his fists will have the butt. Saltpeter is the most...
So you're serious about this golem?
Certainly.
How much saltpeter will it take?
A lot. That's why I want you to find...
I was hoping I'd learn something useful from you.
Well, you never know when an experience like that...
All right, then. I just hope you know where to look.
Bonnie has a lead. She's a damned handy girl to have around. She can do anything. But for you, the most important thing is that she knows how to...
So this Bonnie is some kind of witch?
Bonnie is someone I trust. Not only the main difference...
Hold you...
If you don't be, she'll tell you that's a secret.
How can I...
There's a bridge over the mill stream towards the southwest. From that path, you turn... Oh, and she's just been through some tough times. Her dog died, and on the other hand, Zedek might be holding his tongue for a while.
Bonnie spends time with Zin.
Bonnie? Riddle?
To the left.
Zakazana noc. Porozmawiaj z Bąką. Bąka jest... Ma być to ciekawe.
Whoa!
People walking too, you know.
Go!
Oczywiście, że chujowo jadę.
Go! Quick! Whoa! 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 Quick! Whoa!
Jest i bąka.
I'm Henry, Miller Crazel's new apprentice. He sent me to search for a niter pit and said you might be able to help me with that.
Of course I will. I'm Bonnie. Nice to meet you.
Bonnie? It's not a name I hear often.
It's not the name I was baptized with. In our craft, it ain't a good idea to tell people your real name. That's why we use nicknames. What should we call you?
Przezik z Warnika.
Henry's fine.
Well, that's not very creative. You know what? I'll come up with a nickname for you myself when I get to know you better. Did you bring me something from the mill?
Actually, Crazel said you'd appreciate some herbs.
He's right there. Do you have some for me?
I've got...
My word, that's exactly what I need. The ingredients for the magic ritual.
What kind of magic ritual?
The kind where Zenek finally gets some sense into his head and stops making stupid beginner's mistakes. Just so you know, that mess with the author of Hermes Trismegistos would never have happened to me. Not me. While we're on the subject of rituals,
He did.
And
I'm curious. I'm mostly curious to see if Crazel will really...
I'm more worried that as soon as it comes to life, it's so... If by some chance it looks like so... But that's enough of that. But if...
No. I have plenty of time.
You know what? When they caught Zenek in life, so I...
Dobra.
No. Pa was a blacksmith. I inherited something from him, I hope.
Oh, really? Would you teach me how to make... maybe barrel hoops?
Those are pretty hard. Wouldn't you rather start with, maybe nails?
Sure. I'm pretty quick to learn and patient. That is, with one exception. When Crazel starts spouting off his alchemy theories, I'd rather run for the hills. What do you think of the old miller, anyway?
He seems awfully mystical.
It's his beard that does that. Thanks for but no, before you came, and before Zenek fucked up with the manuscript, it has to be scraped from the walls. Horrible work. Time-consuming and annoying. I'm not going to lie to you. We also looked in a few chests. Just in case. You know. Anyhow, now all the styes in the region are scraped clean and we're sitting pretty on a nice barrel of saltpeter.
Barrel is quite a lot.
For the whole Trotsky region, aye. Unfortunately, Crazel said we need at least 6 times as much.
6 times? Will one saltpeter pit be enough?
I reckon so. There should be as much as Crazel needs for his masterwork. If you're looking for it, you ought to know how saltpeter forms. Do you have any idea?
No, I don't. And Crazel, of course, didn't...
Don't forget that saltpeter crystals are formed in places where something is rotting. It can be shit or carcasses. Well, a saltpeter pit is actually nothing more than a mass grave. The best natural saltpeter maker.
Crazel said saltpeter is a vessel for life energy. I get it that it's left over from dead bodies, but how do you get it from shit?
God's mysterious ways. You know how it is.
And he also wanted me to taste it. That's nonsense, though, isn't it?
Unfortunately, it isn't. Otherwise, you won't know if it's saltpeter or some other shit. It feels kind of cold on the tongue.
Jesus. And you know where to look for such a pit full of carcasses, do you?
Not exactly, but I have an idea. Times are evil and there's plenty of corpses. A person who's digging holes and throwing dead bodies into them and doesn't even know he's got a gold...
The local gravedigger?
Exactly. And the one we have here in the region is also the knacker.
Well, I haven't met him yet. Where can I find him?
The cemetery is beyond Troskowitz, towards the Apollonia Rocks.
So I'm in for a walk to the cemetery.
Seems like... Too bad you couldn't have walked around the county with us before. I learned a lot during that time, and I won't keep it to myself.
I'll keep that in.
That old gravedigger will be suspicious, so... He's always dragging those carcasses, so I'm sure...
Good idea.
He lives a short way from the cemetery, so at least the meat won't go bad on the way. Lot, Henry. See you soon, my friend.
Dobra, odwiedź grabarza. Umyj się. Idziemy.
Stop where you are! We're after you! Give up!
Easy! I surrender!
Co ty chcesz?
Here you are! You've been loitering around where you shouldn't have. And I don't think we're in. You've been You'll pay a fine.
All right, I'll
Now.
take a look then.
Yeah, right. Besides what's missing. All right. That, along with indulgence, should be enough. But I don't want to see anything like that again.
Co za skurwiel? Złoty krzyż mi skonfiskował.
Was willst du?
I wanted to ask you. I'm not from here, and I'd like to get my bearings.
Ja, natürlich, you're not from here. Everyone around here knows that. After what... Aber das ist deine Sache. That also... What...
Is there anything...
Certainly. Sir, here in the...
I understand.
Ach so, that is all.
So you've...
About every time...
So the road...
Ja, das...
Dobra.
I'll have a look.
Jeszcze suszonego kurczaka weźmiemy.
Das war ein gutes...
Dobra.
Go! Quick! Quick! Ka! I'm Henry.
Ignatius. Master, looking for the final, or do you need to bury...
I'm more interested in the grave.
Ah, once you try it, you'll never want...
You got a big set,
Ain't it? We're all...
What's this?
The story?
But you said there's...
Well, it ain't.
I don't know.
That might be the... Look, if things...
Being a grave digger must be...
Funny, a young lad...
Well, I'm only asking.
That figures. Youngster...
Are you offering...
No. I'm giving...
And how do you know that?
You've got that look.
Could you be more specific?
You just aren't cut out for it. It's a serve.
But seriously...
Gravedigger? Well,
Sounds...
not all. I picked that. It's so...
Have you been?
I want that really.
So you've always.
And what of?
I'm not.
The same as
That's an interesting.
or if the sin.
Where does he?
Where do you?
You're in charge.
I know.
So they're all.
I win. You might all.
Do you know any more? Unfortunately.
My God,
Thank you.
did you win?
Unfortunately. I dug.
Well, I'm certain.
Ignatius.
Of course. How much shall we grind the?
None of that. Bonnie from Lower Semine sent me. We're looking for a saltpeter pit.
From Lower Semine? What pit?
A saltpeter pit.
I ain't never heard of nothing like that.
Nah. It's actually just a pit full of carcasses. These white crystals form on the walls of it. And that's exactly what we're after.
Ah, now I get it. You should have said you're looking for the pit I throw carcasses into. What's all this about Salty Peter? I'm going to go there anyway, so...
Really?
Not even a chicken scratches in the dirt without hope of reward. I have some at least...
You want me to...
Why not?
I have a better idea.
I won't...
Czekaj.
I won't get... It looks graved, and if it...
Of course. I wouldn't like...
Don't worry about what... So what? Nice and... Didn't you understand? Like I said...
I understand.
No, mogę tu gdzieś przenocować?
Didn't you understand? Like I said, be here...
Ja pierdolę. Gdzie jest tutaj szef? Tu jest.
Go! Slowly. Nice and slow.
Whoa! God bless.
Show me your...
A, nic nie ma.
Take care then. And thanks for nothing. What do you hear? Great. I'm glad you found what you wanted. Take care, friend.
Easy. Good horse.
This horse.
Dobra, idziemy do teraz.
Greetings.
Can I spend the... Just the one night. All I need is...
For a few
All right, here's some grub.
Very well.
Would it be possible to sleep?
Well, I don't know. But if...
All right, I hope that'll be...
Agreed. You can sleep...
Dobra, mamy stałe miejsce. To czekamy sobie. Dobra. Wiara z demona.
Go! Ka! Ka!
I wish you a pleasant morning.
I don't know if I'm
The dew is still on the leaves. You don't need your horse. I'll stable it in any case. Heavens, hop on the wagon and Snorter and Dragonfly here. Did I bring got it all. Good.
Dobra.
We've got a long journey ahead of us, so get yourself comfortable so your arse won't hurt. So, you say you're from Lower Samine, eh?
Well, you could say that. I help the miller with whatever I can. I got a place to sleep there. Soon I'll be able to call the miller uncle.
I remember Crazel when he was still a wee lad. Even then he was a great big smartass. When I buried his parents, he was traipsing somewhere through the world. Maybe you heard what they say about Lower Sameen round these parts. Crazel don't sell short measure, not that. He looks out for his reputation, but his helpers have been seen often in the villages after dark, looking fishy. Or during the day, in the pillories. Don't that Bonnie of yours belong to that gang too?
Unfortunately, she does. Crazel ordered Bonnie and her accomplice Zinek to scrape saltpeter off the walls of the sties. And when they had a chance to loiter about in the yards here in the region, well, they made good use of the opportunity to line their purses.
Ay, ay, ay. What have I gotten myself into in my twilight years? Lower Sameen's a thorn in the side for a lot of folk. Some on account of the competition. Some is just rubbed up the wrong way by that Crazel. Either way, all they need's the slightest excuse to grab their pitchforks. Go and grab the miller and shove his face right in his own millstone.
Oj, coś czuję, że to będzie długi quest.
Whoa, boys, whoa! Come on. Come on! Are you deaf? Oh, they're acting stubborn again. Now listen, Henry. Here on the left side, you'll see the ruins of a cottage that's been abandoned for a few years.
It looks mysterious. What treasures might be hidden there?
You'll soon see. I have a trap set inside the cottage. I wanted to lure a wolf into it, but that didn't work out. There's a deer rotting there unnecessarily. So hop in there and bring it to the wagon. Finally, at least we're not blocking the road too much.
Oh, Jesus, what a stench. Better quickly throw it in a sack and take it back to the wagon.
Down and get over here.
What's going on, Ignatius?
I'm trying to explain to these fellas we've got nothing to do with no thieving around here. They should go to Lower Samine to complain.
2 stinking pieces of shit was sneaking around our sties and cellars and lining their purses with silver too while they was at it. Some scruffy and dunger. You must be scruffy, eh?
I'm Henry, and those, names mean nothing to me.
Like I said, if it's rotten carrion they're after, they should have come to me. A passion for knacking is the only thing we have in common.
Is that so? So prove it then.
Take a good look at me. Do I look like a thief? Or more like a commonplace, maybe just slightly grubby, hired hand? At this rate, you could blame any old peasant who's grimy after a hard day's work.
I don't know. I don't reckon I've ever seen a real thief up close.
Ask around about me and you'll find out everyone knows I can't stand a liar. I'll keep my promises and show up on time. So enough talk, and let's carry on to where duty calls us.
All right, listen. We'll be going then. But if you happen to run into them 2 thieves, you tell us right away, got it?
Of course.
You can count on it.
Glad to hear it. Let's go, fellas. Maybe...
Do you want to keep going or not?
Not much left for us to do here, eh?
Hopefully our luck will hold out, and we'll only be breaking the limbs of carcasses today. The next farm's just up ahead. Hop on, and let's go. Don't worry.
Chodź, kurwa.
That was just a kind of little favor for me. Now we'll help the locals here in Jdar with their carcasses.
So far, I've just carried sacks. I already did that for the miller.
Yesterday, the good wife from that farm came and told me both their pigs died. So we'll scoop them up and haul them off. I mean, you'll scoop them up and haul them to my cart. She says it was a curse. There was a flash of lightning, the pigs started trembling, squealing and puking, and then keeled over and dropped dead.
All right, that's what you get. People sin here in their seclusion, thinking they're out of sight of our Lord.
It ain't my first day doing this job, so I could see right off them pigs had been poisoned. The good wife swore them pigs were happy as, well, pigs in shit. She said they even let them go to a nearby stream to have a wallow. It flows here through the forest on the right. Since we're here, you ought to go and take a look around there. Check how clear that spring really is.
All right, I'll see what's going on there.
And I'm going to enjoy having a helper. At least for one day. Maybe I'll roll around in the grass here with Snorter and Dragonfly. Lazy bones.
Oczyć gospodarstwo spodnijne.
I apologize.
U.
I'd rather go back to sacks of flour.
Rycerz, grabarz. Wszystko.
I can't bear it much longer.
You ain't the only one. It's been bothering the Nabokov folks too. That'll all be over today. Don't reward me much for hauling.
Well, I wish you and your helper lots of luck today. May God bless you.
Yeah. And another.
Bloody hell.
See, you can do it. Get over here so we can carry on.
Those pigs came here to drink. Where to now? I can smell something upstream.
Want to keep going or not?
It really wasn't a curse. They're a rotting carcass. No wonder the pigs caught some...
Well, what? I'll give you a hand. It'd take you...
I took care of the carcasses.
Nice work.
Yeah, you'd eat that. They've been lying there God knows how long.
But nicely in the cold. There's nothing wrong with it. Anyway, you won't be eating it, so don't worry about it. Let's keep going.
Lads, seeing as how you don't obey me, you're surely horsing around today. So far it ain't that bad, eh? You don't have to take down no hanged man or bury an unbaptized child.
Well, ever since I started working for the miller, all I did was carry sacks. The sack makers here in the region must live like kings. Of course it could be a lot worse.
I like having to carry sacks full of thistles. Now listen to me closely. You won't be carrying anything at the next farmstead. Instead, you'll have to make one carcass there. See, the work of a knacker ain't just about clearing away dead animals. Now and then, you've got to put down some creature, so it don't suffer. Or, like today, to put it down so everyone around it don't have to suffer. In this case, we're talking about a dog.
Well, what can I do? But I doubt I'll feel good about it.
That cur belongs to the greengrocer, Vizar. I've heard they're both pretty fierce. Don't draw too much attention to yourself at the farmstead. I'll give you some Aesop potion to drink first, and some meat and bane. Soak the meat with the poison and throw it to the dog. He'll probably be locked in a pen somewhere. As soon as it's done, we'll disappear before anyone notices anything. I got paid well for it from the neighbors, so don't fuck it up for me. Yeah! Yeah! Lazy bones.
Ale jestem kurwa brudny.
Yeah! Yeah!
Blessings to you.
Oh, Sakra. The dog isn't here. The door's open. Where did he run off to? Barking. He's coming from over there.
What are you...
Bonnie? What are you doing here?
What
Wonka.
are you doing here?
The gravedigger wants me to poison that dog.
Właśnie.
Jesus! And are you going to do it?
Tak.
Well, what else can I do? You're the one who sent me to Ignatius. You just tactfully neglected to mention that when you and Zinnek were acting as his hands, you robbed half the houses in the county.
Shit. It's all gone sour.
This is all I have left to do before he takes me to the saltpeter pit.
And couldn't you find the pit without that? Just take a look at that poor creature. I'd like to keep him in place of my poor dead sniffer.
You surely know how to pick 'em. Your poor creature is terrorizing the whole area.
It's not the animal's fault. When Zinnek and I were here last, I saw how old Vysarik treats him. He doesn't give him food, he abuses him. With a master like that, he won't last long. You wouldn't kill a dumb creature just because its master is a sick horse, would you?
Well, you don't have to convince me. Ever since the gravedigger told me to do it, I've been trying to figure out how to save that dog. If you want to take him, I won't stop you.
You're a much better Christian than I thought you were. I'll take him to the lair. We'll meet there.
Hurry off now, before someone sees us together.
Come on now, boy. You'll like it in the lair.
Dobra. Wracamy.
What now?
It's taken care of.
Taken care of? What do you mean?
I set the dog free.
For fuck's... We were supposed to get
Bonnie from the mill came and took the dog before we got to him.
Well, fuck me. How much more is that girl going to steal before she has enough?
Oh, she'll take better care of him than Baysar did.
I surely fuck... Because if he runs off and ravages something or someone again... Let's go before we start looking...
A gdzie on mnie prowadzi?
So this is it. This is the pit.
Slowly, boy. Slowly. Have a bit of respect. Death always deserves respect, whether it's people or animals.
But there's hardly 3 heaps here. Is this really it? Are you yanking my pizzle again?
Of course not. True, it used to be one big pit. But then I found out when you pile up carcasses in smaller pits and throw some wet hay between them, it all rots better. And the better it rots, the more nitre you'll have. Are you going to take some right away?
I won't. I'll just tell Crazel where you have it. I don't know if he'll take something away. Maybe he'll just make his own pit according to your design.
Now that would be a great honor.
Well, I reckon I'm delaying the inevitable. I'll still have to taste it.
You're going to taste it?
It's the only way I can be certain it really is saltpeter.
God's nails. And they say I'm disgusting. Wait a moment. I've got a reward for you. Just so's you don't think old Ign... Take it as a thanks for your help. Maybe you'll take over my trip.
Who knows? Maybe that'll really be my fate. I'll live at the cemetery, build piles of carcasses, and eat bread with saltpeter.
Here's something that'll definitely come in handy if you ever need to go through all this again. Either with me or somewhere else.
Thanks.
Taste it then. Get to it. This I have got to see.
Look at me. I'm a lord's messenger to a taster of cadavers. Cold and salty. This must be it. If you're going back to your cottage...
Of course. But in return, you have to... So there's some more salt...
Dobra. Jedziemy. Utrzymaj się.
What on earth are you doing here?
Nothing.
What's with that hole there?
What about it?
You've got a body in there, haven't you? Admit it.
I ain't got nothing in there.
Then what are you up to here?
Look, I mean no disrespect, so thanks for stopping by, but...
Is there anything I can... Come now. You sure? What is it you're up to?
But all right then, listen up. I'm Bolek.
And I'm Henry.
See, what I'm doing here is... How do I... Sakura. How to explain this? Well, it's just... The hand of God dragged me here to look for the Holy Grail.
You're looking for the Holy... Here, of all places?
Aye, somewhere in the area.
Are you a complete lunatic? Why here?
Because I met this old... He wasn't entirely right in the head. He kept muttering to himself and looked the worse for wear. Not a pleasant sight, but I felt sorry for him. So I shared some wine and a piece of bacon with him, and he gave me a...
You can read?
Of course I can't read, but I know a scribe.
Let me guess.
Aye! That filthy scrap of parchment described exactly where the...
Seriously?
Well, I mean, not actually exactly.
Really?
You think I'd let you in on it?
And what are you gonna do when you find the Grail?
Well...
They'll come after you. Word will get out that you have it. If you're lucky, they'll offer to buy it for a pittance. If you're not, They'll cut your throat while you sleep. How long do you think you'll last?
I hadn't thought of it that way.
Now, if you tell me what you know, I'll introduce you to people who'd happily give you a castle filled with gold in exchange for the Grail. And I'll make sure you live to enjoy it.
You might be right. All right. Listen, the monk gives me this parchment and it says, "From 2 magical mountains, gazing to the heavens. Like a thirsty pilgrim I tread the trail. Across the verdant valley to Land's End. There shall I drink from the spring that will not suffer my breath to fail."
Let me see that part.
Here. Can you make anything out of it?
It looks like it's been torn out of a book. Part of the rhyme might... Or maybe there's a map.
Of course! A map! Why didn't I think of...
Are you all right?
I might know who has the map. 1,000 thanks, Henry. You can keep... You've been a big help.
Well...
See you soon, my friend.
Dostałem jakiś pergamin. Lecimy.
Greetings to you.
I found the place where we can harvest saltpeter. You just head out of Troskovitz towards Apollonia, carry on alongside the road, then head off it at the right spot. Only it's not a pit, it's 3 piles of earth. The gravedigger Ignatius drove me there himself.
And is it the real stuff? Did you taste it?
Yeah. And I hope I never have to do that again. Ugh. I think the experience has changed me forever.
Oh, come on. You whine more than Zinnik. It's just commonplace salt. I was hoping it'd be closer. To go all the way to Apollonia. If I send 2 wagons, that should be enough.
What should I do?
That means I could mix a barrel and a half.
Crazel, focus. What else do you need from me?
Oh, sorry. What were you asking? It's right here.
Thanks. How's it going with the golem?
Well, the whole thing is really appealing to a scholar of my field of interest and important for humanity. But certain circumstances have emerged which, unfortunately, move its creation somewhere further into the future.
Wait, what do you mean? So there won't be any golem?
Not for now.
What about all the niter? The life essence?
I admitted to myself it's maybe too much to take on, and I decided to go back to my roots.
So the search for saltpeter was for nothing?
Not at all. The saltpeter will help us create primordial matter. The origin. Chaos. Materia prima.
God. Here we go again.
As alchemical scholars, we actually have only one task before us. To penetrate the diaphanum and find out where it gets its disposition and power from. Only then will we understand the nature of the shadows.
Eh?
I'll explain it to you.
Tell me then. So what's the next task, Crazel?
There's a quiet whisper coming from the open gates of Trotsky, carried by the wind all the way here to me. Do you hear it too?
No.
Scribe Erzim received a chest from...
Hermes Trismegistos' document?
No, a book. From an author. It's thin, with a sand-colored cover, embossed. Ordinary, you might say it's a
So you're gonna have me go and pick some...
Did I say anything about stealing when the castle was still closed? I planned to get the book through the castle chamberlain, with the help of a certain... But now that you have access to Trotsky yourself, it'll be much simpler.
What about that certain woman?
That's old news. The central figure is a great lover. I'm sure he'd be happy to indulge another kindred.
Let's hope so, and that I won't have to ride around.
Just do your butt. Go and see Erzim. Best of luck.
I reckon I'll need...
Ja pierdolę. No to idziemy.
God be with you.
Cheers. I hope you have an uneventful shift.
I'm sorry.
I heard some interesting books from Prague have arrived at the castle. There's one I'd like to borrow. An alchemist's cookbook. A sand-coloured cover, embossed.
Yes, several rare and astonishing books have arrived from Prague. But why are you interested in an alchemist's cookbook, of all things?
I've heard there are some interesting ideas in it. Every alchemist is in dogged pursuit of wisdom.
Perhaps you know more about that book than I do. Well, I'll have to disappoint you. And the one you're looking for caught his... He left with it before I could even discover what it's about. All I remember is the author's initials. B.B. I'm fairly benevolent when it comes to lending books, and I appreciate Nickvard's help, but he's had it borrowed for an excessive amount of time now.
I'll have a talk with Nickvard and find out what the problem is.
You think I haven't tried? But since you've already offered to address this pressing situation, listen to what I've learned. It seems Nickvard lost the book. I've warned him repeatedly not to carry borrowed books around with him, but to leave them in his chamber and read them there. But Nickvard is old and stubborn, and this is how things turn out.
The price of such a book must be incalculable. People like Nickvard...
But I digress. As I said, Nickvard is I've managed to...
I reckon those aren't the only...
I'm surprised that he's ever Nickvard is now that he's but I'm afraid...
I'll help you. I'll ask all three and see if they...
Many thanks. If you want...
Before I go...
Who, exact...
You said Nickvard. Where at the...
Nickvard, his chain... He took his... Lately, or...
So I just...
Nickvard, I'm not so...
Where is Bertha?
Bertha Cook, if you can't...
Where is Regina?
As Lord... Perhaps...
Where is Hirsch, the stable boy?
I've seen him. He sleeps in the...
That's everything I need.
Gdzieś blisko. O, jest tu. Kucharkę.
Excellent. Greetings.
I'm looking for Nickvard. The scribe told me you might know something about him.
Well, I'm waiting for Lord Libac to stop. I brewed him another file. I told him to stop by for another one soon. I reckon he must be feeling better.
Did he say where he was headed?
I can't say.
Oh, come now. I need to find...
I remember the recipes by heart. And...
Listen, Berth. I'm glad that you're such a reliable woman. I appreciate your skill with words, and that you didn't even give the slightest hint to what ails Nickvard. I thought secrets were safe with me too. But it turns out I still have a lot to learn. From people like you. Nickvard...
Well... I'd feel guilty if... Very well, then. Well, it's a common potion for a bellyache. Just better taste. In that regard, Lord Libac, everything came out much...
Just say it.
It was in the privy down below the crone. By the training ground below the... I helped him clean his hose and made him the medicine. And I promise, Lord Libac is quite particular about the impression. That's why he didn't use... But this...
Is that all?
What else is there to say? It happened. I must...
I don't know if this...
Well...
Thanks anyway.
Dobra. Biegniemy. Nie, to nie.
God be with you.
Good day to you.
Do you know where I can find Nickvard?
Erazim is suddenly interested in, but when I need him to read something for me, I'm sorry.
I was asking.
Aye, I heard you.
I can.
In that case, would you mind reading?
Show me. Dear Mistress of the Chain. What is it?
Oh, what I wouldn't give to get messages from... never mind. Read on. Though I reckon it interests you.
Persevere. We shall soon escape the dungeon. Cursed fate, however. The heat of the Lightbringer's potion is working, but when the last remnants of old age...
How much?
Not much. My damn clumsy has sent all of the Lightbringer's secrets into the void. But fear not, I shall get them. May this be the first task on the road to your... That's it.
Beautiful.
True enough. Nick...
My.
But what does it mean? Can you explain any of it?
Lord, I suggest... But so...
I know the book he's talking.
Look...
I need help. You...
No! And now...
O, to spierdalaj. No. Ładnie to wygląda.
How did it go? I went to see him.
Good day to you.
I'm looking for Nickvard.
Hey, Nick. I mean, Lord Libac. I suppose his task wasn't so pressing.
What task?
Nick Libac. He's a castle lord. Obviously, but then I heard what another castle lord was planning. He says there's a war on.
I need to know more about what Nickvard asked you to do.
No. There are new rules now.
What are you blathering about?
Von Berghoff said that I told him, watch out for spies, Sir Otto. But fear not, you're a spy yourself.
I'm not.
Ha! That's exactly what... That's why you have to be vetted. To see if you're really the side that Nickvard's on.
I'd like to.
Hold your...
Tell me what you want from me, then.
A sword.
Sword? What sword?
A long and very good one to help me deal... If you bring it to me, I'll know... Forge one, buy one, maybe from one of the guards at the training ground or down by the gate. During the day, they're not...
Steal a sword? That sounds like...
Not a spy who wants to help Von by servant. Once I get a sword...
You wanted a...
Nie wiem.
I don't want an...
I'll think of a...
Zaraz będę miała. Aha.
About...
Got that...
You wanted... perfect. I don't think you're a spy. Can't say for
What about Nick?
Nick Vard asked me to do something for him. He must have admired... Either way, and I told him, but then Nick...
That's all.
Aye. I'll be going into war soon.
I'll tell him.
Which king would that be? I don't know exactly. But when the king... commands, his subjects have to obey, don't they?
You didn't hear it from the trader who sold you the by any chance?
Aye. God be with you.
Zamkowymi murami.
Careful.
Nie chcę mi się tego kurwa robić.
Oh, sakra. Someone got here before me.
Dobra, na tym sobie dziś skończymy. Siema.